We had been together for a really long time. About 4 years ago, we decided to adopt a child, and she broke up with me about 4 years ago. About 2 years ago, and stopped paying child support. And so I have had all the responsibility of our daughter, and she barely comes around.
That's really not.
Ma'am, let her finish. You will have your opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Okay. I can roll my eyes too. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
She never sees our daughter, and recently she just changed jobs. She was making a lot of money, and she just dropped jobs so that, because right when I started talking to her about child support, she changed jobs because she wanted to make sure that she wasn't ever going to have to pay anything.
Okay, ma'am, where do you used to work?
I was a teacher.
Okay. How much were you making as a teacher?
Oh, I think around 40,000.
Are you sure about that?
Well,
Because based on the paperwork that you provided, your teacher's salary was $55,000 a year.
well, that doesn't include what I put into profit sharing.
Is that true or not?
55?
$55,000. Your documents are correct, right?
Okay, that's probably true.
Okay, it's not a probably.
That's
You
true.
submitted it. Thank you.
Okay,
$55,000 a year. How much are you making now? Like, where are you working at now?
Well, I'm working at a store as a clerk, and I'm making 30,000 a year.
This father has had enough. He's taking his ex-wife to court for neglect and unpaid child support. It's one thing to struggle financially, but it's another to completely abandon responsibility. What's worse, her actions go beyond just avoiding payments. The full story reveals a level of neglect that's truly disturbing. Let's break it down.
You have for that?
I have a degree in economics,
Okay. You have one degree or you have multiple degrees?
and I have my master's in accounting.
You have a master's in accounting and you're working as a clerk.
Yes.
What are you doing at this job?
Well, I help people find clothes.
Like a retail clerk?
Yes.
Ma'am, you have a master's degree.
Yes.
Did-
But I don't have to make all that money
No, you.
if I'm just going to give it all away anyway.
So let me get something straight. She's deliberately, what you're saying is she's deliberately working at this retail job. Now I get it.
I can do
You know,
any job I want.
You know what? Your character is not looking very cute to me at all, because you have tried to misrepresent to me what is really going on in this case. You stopped working as a teacher so you would not have to pay that higher amount in child support.
Well,
Well, is that not the case?
we discussed it, and she didn't seem to have an objection. And I just thought I was paying enough.
No.
And when I talked to my daughter, she loves me more anyway, and she should come live with me. And I know that's not a matter for this court.
Right, that's definitely not a matter for what we're here on today, because based on what we've already discussed, the child lives with her, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're not providing any type of financial support anymore, correct?
I provide emotional support all the time. The child.
You know what, that is not, you cannot quantify emotional support. Stop it. I'm just gonna go on with what I need to do, because you obviously came here to play games today.
No, my baby
Yes,
loves me.
you did.
She loves me more
And your
than
baby
she loves
needs
her.
money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The burden of parenting has fallen entirely on the father, while the mother appears to be living as if her children don't exist. It's one thing to struggle, but to willingly neglect both financial and emotional responsibilities? That's a whole different level of abandonment. The effects of this kind of neglect can be devastating for children well into adulthood. But before we pass final judgment, let's hear what the mother has to say, because her side of the story might just shock you.
Want to do? How long ago did she stop working as a teacher? Was it recent?
Yes.
How recent?
6 months ago.
6 months ago?
Yeah.
No, ma'am. Your child support is going to be set at that $55,000, because
What?
it sounds like you are intentionally underemployed, so you do not have to pay a higher amount in child support, and that is ridiculous, because you're not cheating her, you're cheating your child. So based on $55,000 a year, I have your gross at $4,583.33. Is there a reason your mouth is open? Do you need some water?
I just can't believe you're being so mean.
Oh, I'm not being mean at all, ma'am. You, on the other hand, are being mean. You deliberately stopped working. You have a master's degree and you went to a retail store so you would not have to pay for your daughter.
Well, that's my prerogative.
Well, you know, it is my prerogative to read these numbers out to you. Keep listening. Who carries health insurance for the child?
I do.
You
I do
do?
everything.
Based on this, I see health insurance at $1,200 a month.
Well,
Ma'am, where do you work?
I work for the airlines.
Okay.
And the $1,200 is for me and the child.
Okay.
The child portion is $400.
Okay, I'm seeing that.
ridiculous,
I'm seeing
isn't
that.
it?
No, it's ridiculous that you're not paying. But guess what? You're getting ready to pay now, and you're going to repay whatever the amount is for the child. Well, that's $400.
She doesn't even love our daughter. She loves her 4 cats
Ma'am.
more than our daughter.
Ma'am, you know what?
How would you know
That
you
is not,
never
excuse
see
me.
our daughter?
The two of you will address me, and that is not an issue for this court. Nobody cares about what's going on with the cats. Health insurance, you're going to be responsible for reimbursing that. So I have your child support obligation at $758.90 plus $400 for the monthly health insurance, comes out to $1,158.90.
Am I paying the whole $400 a month, or is she paying any of it?
Did you hear me put you on a payment plan for that? If you didn't, you're paying the full amount, $1,158.90. And I need you to close your mouth. I just don't understand why you're looking so confused right now. Child support is based on the calculation. Okay? Is there anything further?
I'm not making that much anymore.
Well, but you just testified, right?
Right.
That you intentionally are working at a lower paying job, right?
Right.
Okay, so I have the discretion to set your child support at that same amount that you were making as a teacher.
And the results are, James, you are not the biological father of Faith's 5-month-old son. So your intuition was pretty good. You kind of had a feeling it wasn't James. Now hearing and for sure knowing that he's not your biological son, and I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but does it change anything knowing for sure?
No, I don't.
No, because you still...
Did she really just say that? Accusing him of sticking a toy in some woman's ear has to be one of the most bizarre claims ever, or maybe just a last-ditch effort to throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. Is there any truth to it, or is she just desperately trying to shift the blame? Either way, this case is spiraling fast, and the drama isn't slowing down. Let's unpack what she actually meant by this wild accusation, because things are only getting crazier from here.
You born, that's my guy.
You could see you really have a bond with your son. Why do you think Adriana cheated on you?
Flirt with other men while in front of me or behind my head.
She flirts with men right in front of you?
She likes to flaunt it.
I hope that after today you stop accusing me of cheating and just move past the insecurities and just open your heart to me like I do to you.
Let the results
That's it.
prove and show that what you're saying is true, and then we could do that.
You took a DNA concerning a 2-year-old little boy, and Robert, you are not the father of Adriana's 2-year-old son.
How?
Well, I think you know how.
Ain't no way, bro! My son!
This case is spiraling into pure chaos. What began as a straightforward child support battle has exploded into a full-blown personal war, with both parents slinging accusations and tensions reaching a boiling point. But through all the noise, one fact remains: this mother still hasn't given a single valid excuse for refusing to support her own kids. And if you think things are wild now, just wait. This drama is only getting started.
Cheating on her long-distance boyfriend, so what I did was wait for the actual boyfriend to come home one weekend, and then I called him the other guy's name. He picked up on the cue immediately, and I got to watch the whole thing go down. And before anyone tells me to mind my business, if everyone turned a blind eye when they saw someone deliberately hurting another person, this world would be a significantly worse place.
She's reportedly only contributing $800 a year, less than what most people spend on coffee. Meanwhile, she doesn't even visit her kids, not even on holidays. At this point, the father's story seems way more credible. Her actions speak louder than any excuse she could come up with. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Next, she walked into court expecting backup, but in a jaw-dropping twist, her own witness sided with the father and told the truth. Talk about the ultimate betrayal. And honestly, who could blame them? No one wants to defend a parent who refuses to care for their own kids. But here's where it gets even better. Just wait until you hear how much she's now being forced to pay her ex-husband. This is karma working in real time, and you won't want to miss the outcome.